Good day everyone, 3Ts here, welcome back to the channel. So firstly guys, I hope you've all had a good start to the new year, from whichever part of the world you may be in. I hope it was a good time with the family and friends, and yeah, let's all hope 2021 treats us a lot better. But getting to it guys, so this is the first video of the new year. I've already seen that quite a lot of stackers out there have already, started the new year blazing away with really good content. So I figured shouldn't rest for too much longer. So yeah, kind of jumping in there. Guys, as I mentioned in the last video, this year I do want to sort of diversify a little bit more, share a bit more about some of the other things I've been collecting and, other things to sort of invest in as well. So this video will sort of focus on that. And then, yeah, so hopefully, for anyone new to the channel, I kind of started this during 2020, when kind of peak COVID. Just wanted to share, kind of some of the things I've literally been up, oh goodness, been up to, through this time. And I definitely want to continue that, but share a bit more. So the bulk of my videos have been around precious metals and sort of why I've started investing it, some of my experiences doing it. And I think that will certainly continue. That will always be the primary focus of the channel. But I also do want to sort of share some of the other kind of other things I've been into as well. So yeah, I'll get right into it. So guys, firstly, this is a bit more of like a thing that I've sort of got from my father actually, but he was he was really into collecting things as well. Now he told me back in the day, him and his older brothers and my uncle were really big on collecting stamps. So before my dad actually came over to Australia, he had collected a lot of them in Korea. And then once he came here around, so it's been around 30 years since he actually arrived. He kind of got into it here as well. So he's actually given me his collection of stamps, and they're actually really cool. All of them, a lot of them are all like packaged still, and I'll definitely keep them this way, which is pretty awesome. It's made in Australia, and you don't really see much of that these days anymore. So it's kind of cool to see that here. But the quality of these have been actually kept quite well. This one is actually open, just like card sort of things. He's got a solid collection. These are all packaged, and I probably will keep them that way. To use this is madness, really. But some really cool designs, and I actually had a good, spent a good amount of time just kind of checking them all out. There's an emergency services one. They all have a bit of a story behind them, and they're all pretty old at this point. All of them at least 10 or more years old. Some of them don't have the clear date of them, but really awesome. This one, an Australian Remembrance one, it's still actually packaged in its original plastic. I'd love to actually look at the design, but it's I'm definitely not going to open that. Now the stack is enormous. I'm not going to go through all of them, just a quick flick through. But Centennial of the National Council of Women. So in my own time, I did read through a lot of what they're all about, and it's just really fun just to sort of see how they commemorate various things with stamps. I think it's a really good way, especially when postal stuff is sort of dying out and the people sort of don't do this as much. But yeah, I think it's something really fun and something I definitely want to get into as well. So I think, I'm not going to go hard out investing in this by any means, but it is something I will certainly get into. I think these are some just random ones, and my dad must have collected here and there. This is a Christmas 1992 one. Damn, so that's nearly 30 years old as well at this point. Christmas 1992, and some pretty cool designs. All of them are quite unique. Really nice sort of artwork as well. The Romance of Sale, Maritime Heritage. Yeah. So obviously, as you can see here, guys, there's a huge stack, and this is only probably a quarter of it. This is actually kind of a cool one, 1996 stamp collection. It's the book. He actually hasn't, got everything in it, but to kind of just have these in general, it definitely feels like it's holding a bit of history. So for these ones, he's actually got a lot of the stamps inside. The value of these now, I'm not even sure. I might actually spend some time just to check out what something like this might be worth. But regardless, this is just, it definitely feels like I'm just holding history here with these stamps. So I definitely will get into this. I know like the post office does do number of these on a regular enough occasion where they're releasing stamps. I've definitely seen them online as well, so I will definitely be jumping into that. But stamp collecting is something I will be getting into as well. I think, I thought about it as kind of a cool thing where I will retain this my dad's collection, and then I'll start my own, and then ideally, one day if I have kids, I'll pass it on to them, and kind of fun little legacy thing. I mean, why not? Yeah, so that's the stamp stuff, which I'll be getting into, and when I do get some cool ones, I might just share them as well. Now, the other thing that I will be getting into a bit more this year is actually investing in investing and more collecting in trading cards. So these are the Yu-Gi-Oh ones. I'll start with Yu-Gi-Oh first. So one of the reasons why I've actually got into this is that there's a few. Is number one, when I was a kid, like when I was younger, it was like like my family was just medium working class kind of family. So obviously not like totally rich, like not so much expendable income kind of thing. But now as an adult, I've got the money to buy it myself. I work a job, I kind of invest into it, so I can do things I can't do as I was a kid. One of them being buying an entire booster box. I actually bought around three. I actually had four of these. I opened three just to get all the rares. I got most of them, which was pretty cool, and it was just fun, literally being able to, I've seen so many YouTubers do it where they just open the booster box, and it's fun just opening it, just seeing what you get. Because as a kid, that would just been something impossible to have bought through, like four booster boxes and just opening literally hundreds of packets. Um, Now, one of the reasons why I'm doing this is now, yes, there's a huge collectible part to it, but there's also a huge investment part to here as well. The investment side of things is obviously a lot longer, very long term, compared to whether it be precious metals, stock shares, whatever else like that. Obviously, not every one of these, like not every booster box you have will be worth more money later. I think there's definitely an element to picking the right one, researching which ones might actually do well. And this particular one, it was like a brand new one to the series. It was the first edition, as you can see here. And I got these quite cheap. So I pre-ordered them before they released at around 99 Australian dollars. And the average price now for first edition booster boxes, you're looking at around 200 plus, because they released an unlimited version, which doesn't retain as much value. Um, so this is something where I would maybe probably sell in around maybe a couple of years down the track, where once the scarcity kind of goes. Obviously, I'm not expecting, this to suddenly increase exponentially. Like I think there's a booster box called the Legend of Blue Eyes box. And for anyone who doesn't know, that's one of like the OG, like nearly 10, 20 years ago released booster boxes. And, if you've got the factory sealed Legend of Blue Eyes booster box now, if you look, you can eBay it, YouTube it, there's so much going on around it. It's literally going for like upwards of like 10,000 Australian dollars or more. So that, which is ridiculous for one booster box, which would have cost back then maybe like 100 or more. So there's definitely a huge collector's element for this. I'm not too fussed about keeping this for the next 5 or 10 years in a factory seal and seeing what it goes for then, because I think that's just part of the fun. It's obviously very hard to hold on the desires to want to open this, but so far I've been doing all right, so I'll keep it there. Now with Yu cards as well, the prices actually do like surprise me a fair bit. So this guy called the Stardust Dragon. Now I know with the camera and it's in the sleeve and everything, you're not going to be able to see it well, but this is the collector's rare version, so it's got a bit more of a unique kind of pattern, like this sort of holographic pattern throughout the whole card. First edition, as you can see here, and the quality is near mint. Basically chucked it into the sleeve as soon as I popped it out. This is sort of like the golden apple kind of thing of this collection. On eBay, near mint of this collector's rare goes from anywhere between 200 Australian dollars. The average I've seen is between 2 to 500 Australian dollars. I've seen some guys chuck it up for like close to $800-900, which is crazy, but hey, I guess there is some sort of market there for it. I'm no expert in card markets, guys. I'm just going to put that disclaimer out there. This is more like a fun thing for me to do as well. But the fact that a card like this commands that amount of money, that's already me getting, even if I sold this for, say, $400, that's basically for all 4 boxes, I've already made all my money back, and I've got some of the other rare ones as well. So it's quite cool. Maybe, something I might get PSA graded. I'm not sure if I want to do that kind of stuff quite yet. But yeah, the fact that, these cards didn't make that kind of money is pretty cool. So that's for the Yu-Gi-Oh stuff. And the last one is a bit more of the classic, known by everyone around the world, Pokemon. Same kind of deal. Pokemon cards sort of were huge when I was in primary school. At that time, it'd be literally begging mum, like, buy me some, right? And after a lot of begging, you'd barely get any anyway. But now that I can do it, it's pretty cool. So with Pokemon cards as well, I'll show these ones first before I talk a bit more about those boxes. So this is Charizard. Everyone knows, most people know Charizard, probably one of the more OG popular cards out there at the moment. If you YouTube like Charizard, price of Charizard videos, Charizard unboxing videos, you will have videos for days basically. Got Venusaur, Blastoise, Pidgeot, Mewtwo. So these are a bit more like the kind of cooler hollow ones I just want to share. If not, this will go for way too long. I bought these guys. I bought a booster box for this collection maybe around 4 or 5 years ago. Probably paid around $200 for that booster box, just under 200 actually from memory. That same series at the moment, it's almost impossible to find, but if you do, you're paying close to $500-600 for that initial booster box series. So again, within a 4 to 5 year period, that's nearly double, also double, just under triple, but definitely money back on the investment. These cards alone, the Charizard ones anyway, and like the Venusaur, and the Blastoise one on eBay, they're going for anyway, but the average seems to be around 20-30 Australian dollars, depending on the quality of it as well. So it's pretty cool. Now, what I want to be doing is over this year as well. Again, I'm not going to be pouring hundreds and hundreds of dollars into this, or like thousands. But I do want to start just being able to collect all the OG cards, and mostly with the Charizards, trying to get all the newer variations out. And I've sort of started with this new set called Vivid Voltage. I definitely got to this a bit late because the other day I went to the shopping center, and basically every place that sells cards completely out of booster boxes. This is more of like a starter deck where you kind of just get the Charizard. But I figured I may as well just get it, right? So I got 3 boxes. There was one more, but I kind of felt bad getting them all, so I just left one for whoever else might want to get it as well. But again, I would just be keeping this guy boxed and seeing how the value goes down the track. And I'll probably flip them at that point, maybe a couple of years later. I'll keep one for myself just because I want my own collection. But the plan is with Pokemon cards is ideally getting as many Charizards, the rare ones, as possible. And also any of the other OG guys like Venusaur, Blastoise, and whatnot as well. Yeah, so, and we'll see how that goes. So, again, I'm not going to do any sort of hype videos about the crazy unboxing and stuff. I might, but for me, this is more about just a bit of a fun addition to, collecting and all the rest of it as well. So yeah, guys, that's sort of the plan and the kind of content you can expect to see for this year. Obviously, medals, again, will be a huge part of it. At the moment, I'm just sort of saving and looking to make a couple of purchases for fractional European gold. It's not the easiest thing to find in Sydney, but I've sort of spotted a few places. I'm trying to, kind of get the time out of work basically to go and pick some up. But yeah, guys, I hope you've enjoyed the video. I know it's a bit long, but this is me kicking off 2021, so I just wanted to do a bit of an introductory one and go through the plan a little bit more. Hope you've enjoyed the video, guys. Please let me know your thoughts in the comment sections below. If you're into collecting cards, whether it be Pokemon, Yu-Gi-Oh. I know some guys said they're into Magic, which is pretty cool as well. I never really got into it. I think I just missed that sort of thing as well. But who knows if I might start as well. So let me know if you're into cards as well. Even stamp collecting as well. I think it's kind of cool. I know there's a lot of coin collectors out there. So if there's any stamp collectors out there as well, please let me know. Love to connect with you guys as well. So yeah, guys, if you could leave a like, subscribe, just stay connected, and leave a comment. It's super appreciated, guys. Cheers, and I'll catch you all in the next video. Take care.